I'm a future geek, and I love it. Terminator scenarios, digital brains, space elevators, tricorders, good or bad, it's all so amazing to think about. But you know what? There are some people who are scared of the future. So today, I want to share with you 3 simple rules to help you survive the robot apocalypse or bizarre spandex uniforms or anything else the future may bring. That famous futurist, John Lennon, once said, "Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans." It's a profound statement, isn't it? I mean, whoever looked back on their entire life and said, "Yep, it all happened exactly the way I thought it would"? It doesn't happen, because no one can predict the future. Except that's not entirely true, is it? Early in our evolution, we acquired the ability to recognize cycles and patterns in our environment, and from that information to anticipate what would follow and then planned accordingly. The ebb and flow of the ocean tides, the annual rhythm of the seasons, the changing phases of the moon and the movement of the stars in the night sky, the subtle shift in the high grass that hinted at someone's next meal. Our gaining this ability went a long way toward making our long-term survival possible, certainly as individuals, quite possibly for our entire species. My point is that there's a lot of great information out there and we ignore it at our peril. So rule number 1 is pay attention to what's happening in your world. Patterns and trends are everywhere. Futurists love trends. They're incredibly useful. I'm sure you're all familiar with Moore's Law, which has been driving the computer industry for half a century now. But did you know that trend analysis can be used for lots of things, not just microchips? For instance, in 1977, the year that Elvis Presley died, there were 170 Elvis impersonators in the entire world. By the year 2000, there were 85,000 of them. Now, if we do some quick math, we find that by the year 2043, every single person in the world will be an Elvis impersonator. Now, you may beg to differ, but I think there's a problem with this analysis. This is why futurists use a range of tools, including backcasting, gaming, scenarios, all to get a sense of how the future is developing and how it will ultimately manifest. But if there's one thing futures thinking teaches you, it's that the future is never certain. So rule number 2 is always have a good backup plan. Have a good plan B. Have a plan C and D if you want as well. But above all else, never, ever put all of your eggs into one basket. You may not get that raise that you were promised at work. You might not get into your first college of choice. This is why we save for a rainy day and why we apply to more than one university. The future is continually in flux. This is why it's so hard to predict. But on the positive side, this also means we have the ability to influence its outcome ourselves, at least to some degree. So rule number 3 is identify and strive for your desired future. Be proactive, even if things aren't necessarily going exactly the way that you want them to. You may find that a downturn in the economy or a new technology threatens your business or your livelihood. The answer won't be to stick your head in the sand, but rather to find opportunity in this new environment before your competitors do. Change is inevitable. Our world is being transformed before our very eyes. Robot apocalypse or not, it can be scary. But what's even more scary is letting hope and possibility pass us by. The future is such an amazing place. We should all be visiting it as often as we possibly can, if for no other reason, that it's where we'll find all of our hopes and all of our dreams. This is why I'm so passionate about tomorrow's world. My name is Richard Yonck. I write, consult, and speak about the future. And in closing, I'd just like to say,
thank you. Thank you very much.